We are currently searching for it. XRP is quite easy to use. We need to break it, hold 75 cents, and do it with conviction. If that happens, if that goes down, XRP will stop pushing even higher, and that's when we talk about those targets I mentioned earlier. There's no reason to overthink this or to pull out your fancy chart and start drawing some lines. We're going to be in the 92 cent to dollar range for the month, examining if a break over 75 is impossible. All right, people, she's going back down. She's not prepared. Isn't that how simple it is? The bull market is over when XRP goes down. Hurry. Is everything coming to an end? Naturally not. Sometimes it's just not ready. You know, things fall back because they're not ready, but they will rise again. Don't worry about that. Instead, observe how today's market operates. The market has been booming. There will inevitably be some market-wide retracements. If Bitcoin decides it wants to reverse course and return to its previous all-time high, which was approximately $69,000, it will undoubtedly do so, which will have an impact on the other markets. Are we there yet? No, we're not. In this video, we'll delve into the cycles a little later on, but I want to dive right in because I want to go. We're looking at that summer time frame, and then we're going to be looking into the end of the year for Bitcoin to really have that parabolic surge. What are we going to talk about today? We will discuss some studies on ripples. Justin Sun, when he first started, where was the bull run in the XRP chart, and what was the status of Bitcoin? Right now, we're examining the potential price increases. Rip is taking today off due to illness, so don't worry, I've got you covered. Just kick back and relax. It's audible in his nose. Bitcoin has dropped by 0.13% over the last hour to trade at $71.9, but you know what has increased by a quarter over the last 24 hours? Ethereum is currently down 68%, trading at 408. As USDC comes in at 99 cents and XRP, yes, USDT is coming in at the dollar peg. Buddy is currently trading at 69 cents, up 9.73%, even if the hourly chart indicates some slight redness. Up 63% of the entire market value of cryptocurrencies, or $1,076 billion folks, this is essentially what is happening with cryptocurrency. Bitcoin reaches a record high before reaching heaven's total cryptocurrency market capitalization. Reaching a record high before having it, are you aware that we have never witnessed something like that in the history of Bitcoin? Those figures have always been present. Break after spending this much time has occurred previously, and I'm going to express my gratitude for everything that has happened because of the ETF's power. The ETFs have created such a strong institutional demand in these markets that not only did we break the record high for Bitcoin before it happened, which has never been done before, but we also broke the record high for the entire cryptocurrency market cap before it happened, which has obviously never been done for either. So, where are we heading? An easy $5 trillion will enter this, in my opinion. Right now, the market is still easily worth $5 trillion. As you are aware, the hunters and hunters have been released on Mondays. These drops will only be available for a maximum of 1 week, after which they will likely sell out in 2 weeks. I can't remember the exact number, but I believe it will be 2 more weeks until I'm freed every Monday. Tickets are 3 points and $500, and they sell out in about 32 seconds. I calculated the time. The time to do it is now. We are currently the second largest, but there is not much more time left. We will soon overtake them. We are continuing to negotiate and close deals on the XRP Ledger project. The metaverse is coming, people, and it is one of the most incredible metaverses you have ever seen. We have a lot of undisclosed partnerships that will be announced very soon, in addition to pack openings and the upcoming lab. What direction do you see this going? Don't believe me? Use XRP or your credit card to check it out. To be perfectly honest, I'm indeed GNA. The sole reason I'm displaying this is because I think it's interesting to learn about the founders' early days and how they joined Ripple. However, it will also lead us to the current state of Ripple and the people who work with it, after which we'll have a conversation. Regarding the current phases of the bull market and the XR price chart, what is your opinion of this? It is minute 46. It's really fascinating, it's not bad. At approximately 211, I received my degree from Peking University in Beijing. And after that, I applied to the graduate school in the United States, so I joined UPenn in about 2012. At that point, I started learning about Bitcoin at 2012. At that point, it was trading on Epix for about $1, but at that point, I started learning about Bitcoin, and around 2013, I joined UPenn, so at that point, it's called OpenCoin. I initially thought of myself as an Asian employee of our Ripple Labs. Later, the company changed its name to Ripple Labs, but before that, it was known as OpenCoin. Finally, it changed its name to Raps. At that point, I was the first worker in China as well. I worked hard to build XRP and the Ripple community at the time before being sent back to China by Repo to serve as the primary representative in the Greater China area. Yes, that's really fascinating. The comment made it quite fascinating to me. Published this study in the International Journal of Islamic Finance and Economics in September. The Kuwait Finance House is under fire from Islamic fintech for using Ripple. Saudi Arabian Al Raja Bank a few years ago, I also completed a painting with ripples. They're conversing, which makes it intriguing. Concerning how to use Ripple's blockchain for cross-border transactions and how it was valued, I haven't seen one of these. This is what you want to see, actual financial institutions utilizing the technology and then reporting back on it. Financial institutions and banks send money to his company, Central Bank, but they later claim that it is ineffective. Despite this, they are all applauding Ripple and the application of XRP in these cross-border transactions. You want to say that since this is going to be the wave of the future, we should pay attention to it. The way to everything the season, this is the object of our attention. This is the beginning of Bitcoin. As is well known, money flows into the cryptocurrency, driving its price. That is still evident to us. Bitcoin continues to use phase overlap currency, which pours into Ethereum, but it finds it difficult to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum periodically outperforms Bitcoin. Notice, we're not there yet. Let's try to look over here for the time being. Examine Ethereum 84 over the previous 90 days. We're not there yet, as Bitcoin has increased by 74.2% over the last 90 days. Am I right? Yes, I understand that you may prefer RIP, but Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. Everything is good there, but we aren't there since we are witnessing all coins perform better than what we are witnessing. Remember, this is only the first wave of money to arrive. Of money from these additional coins will be at this point, when Phase 1 begins. I don't even think Phase 1 of Bitcoin has begun yet because of Bitcoin is likely to occur following the halving, and when we cross it, I anticipate a small amount of a retraction on Bitcoin. How low can we go? Perhaps around $60,000 or $485. In the unlikely event that something extraordinary occurs, which I don't see happening, I firmly believe $485 will become the new Bitcoin base. Going forward, after the bull run is over, we might drop down into the 60s before the stink takeoff occurs. At that point, we'll be able to buy Bitcoin for $150,000 and begin investing in it. Many people would like to believe that the way to alt season has arrived, but it isn't at all at this time. If we look at the markets, they are really disorganized. For example, XRP has only increased 14% in the last 90 days. It is undoubtedly a late mover. I don't think XRP is finished because of this. Just yet, I believe it will keep moving, but if we look at Solana, BNB is skyrocketing, even Dogecoin and SHB are up. POC is really eating up 10 coins. Up, meaning that many alternates still need to depart, they haven't left yet. Why? Therefore, we don't enjoy the fall weather. Bitcoin isn't finished yet. Bitcoin has one more advantage. I believe that Bitcoin has a lot of potential. Based on my cautious targets for Bitcoin that I share on Twitter, we should be able to reach somewhere between 75 and 78,000. That's the next stop, I believe. The altcoin began to gain traction before the correction, happened. I do think that's when we're actually going to be traveling to XRP midsummer. Crypto released his chart. You may now proceed. Next steps for XRP? We reached 66. We reached 70. And he thinks that when we reach 75, that's when the $10 to $150 range will start to play a role if we can maintain above 64 cents or even 63 cents. Recall that 1.618 is in the range of $150. The Fibonacci level is crucial for XRP once we approach that $150 mark. You know that, give or take, we could be considering values in the range of a 140 to a 1-60, let's stay there. If we do not observe a parabolic shift, we must break out upward. At that point, things are going to get really bad for XRP because we're going to pull back and the bull run is over. We need to see a push to get over it. Positively, I am 99.9% certain that we will receive the push I am unquestionably aiming for. If nothing else, please don't murder me for expressing it, given my strong conservative stance. Could we go for $3 XRP on this channel? Substantially higher, 100%, but you are aware of my methods. I'd rather tell you about my least ambitious goals. Because if XRP reaches $3,